In this Watch and Learn, we will show how you can import information from CAD drawings as an aid in creating ETABS 2013 models. There are 4 different options when importing data from a CAD document. You can, if available, import an entire 3D model, or convert a floor plan directly into ETABS objects when importing. In this instance, we are assigning floor objects and openings to 2 different layers as we import the file. The file is imported with a ready-made floor slab. You can also import just architectural grids for help with the layout. Or import an architectural plan that can be used as a template for drawing ETABS objects. This last option is probably the one that will be used most often, and the one we will show in detail in this tutorial. We start by creating a blank model. Here we can set the number of stories and the story heights for the building. We will have 5 stories. The next step is to import an architectural CAD plan. Once we select a plan, ETABS will ask where we want to locate the architectural plan and how to scale it, and whether to automatically add center lines to place walls and beams. We will leave the default settings, which means that ETABS will place a center line between parallel lines that are spaced from 1 inch to 4 feet apart. The architectural plan is now displayed. We will work with only a plan view initially, so we will close the 3D view and set our drawing and selection drop-down list to similar stories. When working with the architectural plan, one of the key tools is the Options Architectural Plan Options command. This allows us to selectively set which items are to be displayed, and hence which items will be converted into ETABS objects. We will start by displaying only the columns. However, in addition to accessing the architectural layers using the Options menu, we can also control their display using the Model Explorer. With the Display tab active, if we expand the Model Windows branch and then the Architectural Layers branch, we can see all of the different layers. Note that the S-Call leaf is highlighted on the tree, showing it is active. Before we draw any columns, we will check our default column property definition. We have only one concrete column, which is 18 by 18 inches. Remember these dimensions. Click the Quick Draw Columns button and in the Properties of Object form, switch the property to Concrete Column and set the Draw Object using option to Architectural Layer. This must be set to Architectural Layer for the program to convert the polylines to columns. Window around some of the architectural columns, and column objects are added that fill the polylines. ETABS will automatically create different column sizes to match the architectural columns. Leave the draw mode, and while holding down the Control key, right-click the mouse button, and then select the column. Note that this column has been assigned a section property of F Section 1, a section automatically created by ETABS with dimensions of 14 by 30 inches. different than our default column, concrete column that was 18 by 18. If we zoom in, we can add a single column. Return to the Quick Draw column mode, and then place the cursor on the column edge so that architectural area is highlighted. And then click the right button. Select the Convert to ETABS Columns option, and this will convert the polyline area into an ETABS column. Leave the draw mode and then resize the view. One of the easiest ways to add objects to an ETABS model from a CAD drawing is to use the Model Explorer. If we right-click on SCols, a menu displays where we can not only hide or show a layer, we can add columns at all architectural column locations by clicking the Add Column Object command. Next, we will change architectural layers to display the walls. The walls are in yellow. Checking the wall properties, we again have a single default property, a 12-inch thick wall. Select the Quick Draw Walls command and make sure that the draw object using is set to architectural layer and window around some of the walls. ETABS converts these polylines to wall objects. We can add the remainder of the walls by right-clicking on the leaf and selecting the Add Wall Object command. Note that ETABS even drew walls for the curved polylines. However, there are a few walls on the architectural plan that were not converted, and if we zoom in, we see that this is because they were not drawn with parallel lines. Only a single line was used. To add walls at these locations, select the Draw Walls command and right-click on the line and select the Convert to ETABS Walls command. The remaining walls may be added in a similar manner. A check of the property definitions shows that new wall properties have been created. Next, change the architectural layer to the slab outline. Select the Draw Floor command, and in the Properties of Object form, select Slab 1 for the property. Right-click on the edge when it is highlighted, and select the Convert to ETABS Area option. The polyline is converted into an ETABS slab object. Note that ETABS models the curved edges of the slab. We could have also added a floor area object using the Model Explorer. Next, we will change the visible layers to that of the shaft openings. Select the Quick Draw Floor command and set the type of property to opening and set the draw object using to architectural layer. Window around the openings one at a time or in groups. Openings can also be drawn in the following manner. Select the Draw Floor command and make sure that the type of property is set to opening, and then move the cursor to the edge of the opening. When the edge is highlighted, right-click and select the Convert to ETABS Area command to convert the polyline to an opening. Now leave the draw mode. Lastly, we will add grid lines. Switch the visible layers to A Detail and S Grid, which are the architectural grids. Then right-click and select the Add Grid command. Open the Set Display Options form and switch off the Architectural Plan Layers option. The ETABS grids are now visible. If we go to the Edit Stories and Grid Systems command, we can see that the architectural grid system has been imported by ETABS. In 3D, we can see that our ETABS model contains the columns, walls, slab, and openings defined on the architectural plan. This concludes this tutorial on importing CAD data for ETABS.